Yo, so
Yeah.
what I want to know what this conversation is about on CNN. You got Arnold Schwarzenegger, his predictions about Trump. And what I want to know is the angle that CNN would come from, since they're a Democratic network. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a Republican Party. He's a party member of Abraham Lincoln. So
Okay.
what would CNN, how would they spin his conversation, or are they just getting the news, and are they even listening?
Well, if they're doing this, I think when the reporters are covered the news, they want the story. They still may give their slant on it, but they want the news. They want to be able to break the story too.
Okay,
That's what news is all about.
let's get it.
I'm curious.
Tonight, a special treat. Former California governor and action star Arnold Schwarzenegger sat down with CNN's Dana Bash to talk about how he's combating rising anti-Semitism and hate crimes in America. Dana, I'm envious. What a privilege you just had. I've been in his company before, and he is really interesting.
No question about it, and especially on this topic. He invited me here to Los Angeles, to USC. He has the Schwarzenegger Institute set up there to focus on public policy and broadly about bringing people together. His focus lately has been about combating hate. He called this forum today a terminating hate. I'm sure you get that. And the whole idea was to bring people together, like a former skinhead, which he did, and a rabbi was there, to have a conversation across lines among people that don't normally have these conversations. And his personal connection to this was fascinating.
That's good.
Okay.
You have worn so many hats in your lifetime: a bodybuilder, a movie star, governor of California. You're using this chapter of your life to speak out against hate, against anti-Semitism in particular. Why?
Well, it's not this particular. It's like anything that I see that really bothers me, I get involved with it. If it is the fight against the, fossil fuels and to create a clean environment, if it is motivating people to get up and to go and become successful, or if it is prejudice and hatred that I've seen over the years rise. So it became kind of alarming to me in the sense of, you don't have to just sit there and watch this whole thing. I think that you can get involved and use your platform to kind of speak out about that and how wrong it is because of my history. I come from a country that was part of the Second World War, Austria, and Hitler himself was part Austrian, and it's all because we let this grow, this anti-Semitism and this hatred during that time. And so I just said, well, I come from a place that this has...
See, I thought that title said the predictions about Trump, not about anti-Semitism.
Well, he's probably going to talk about that in his talk, but I just wanted to say I think that's really, pretty good. Dope for him to be able to want to speak out against.
I'm so tired
hate.
of hearing about anti-Semitism. I don't want to hear nothing else about that no
Talking
more.
about hate, honey.
It's been done once before, and I don't want that to happen again.
You stood up at this forum and you said,
And I was born with a father that was a Nazi.
Really?
Think about that.
the air went out of the room. I've heard you talk about your father, but not like that. What made you say it that way?
I like his face. He gonna like, get to the chopper.
Stop it.
Well, first of all, you have to understand when I improvise a speech, I don't think about how I say something or what I say.
You used the story of your father to try to reach people who are getting
Wow.
sucked into groups that propagate hate. Talk about making that connection.
My father was, and so many other millions of men, was sucked into a hate system through lies and deceits. And so we have seen where that leads.
Yeah.
So I've seen it firsthand, how broken this man were, the kind of atrocities that happened, how many millions of people had to die, and then they ended up losers. You know, the Confederacy, losers. I say all of this just doesn't work.
So true.
I mean, let's just go and get along. And love is more powerful than hate.
That's
In
right.
this video that you did last month,
I want to talk to you today about the rising hate and anti-Semitism we've seen all over the world.
which was incredibly powerful and has been seen how many times now?
Well, apparently,
Millions.
almost 100 million people saw it, and there's billions of impressions, so it's really fantastic.
You drew this parallel between participating in Nazi hate during World War II and hateful ideology that is growing in the U.S. now. Is that the path America is on right now?
I don't know if it's the path that we're on, but I know there's the danger that we go in that direction.
You put out another video after January 6th, 2021, and you compared the storming of the Capitol to Kristallnacht in Germany and in Austria in 1938 when Nazis burned synagogues, Jewish businesses and homes. About 30,000 Jewish men were taken. That was the beginning of it. What did you mean by that? I wanted to ask you that. What did you see on January 6th that reminded you of...
You saw that when they had Jude with the Star of David. Was that where they? That would be Jude. Is there Jude in the Torah Well, no, Torah is Old Testament, whereas New Testament with Jude. I think about Jude, that comes right before Revelations, that one chapter in Jude. And I was just something I was thinking about, like, if that was Jude in the New Testament, which points towards the end times, is that what that means? I was just curious.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Clueless.
Of the beginning of years of hatred and killing in Germany and Austria.
Well, it's the first thing that came to my mind when I saw the insurrection, that this is very dangerous. It's a wake-up call, so that people know that you have to take this seriously, not just like, oh, let's get those right-wingers, let's put them to jail and all this stuff. No, this is much more than that. You know, what creates something like that? And sadly, I have to say that no one really has covered it well, the insurrection, because they only said, okay, they were wrong, and they have to go to jail, and we have to punish them and all this stuff. But no one really has gotten into why was it that way? What powers do people have that are really upset and angry at government?
Well, part of it was that they were told that the election in 2020 was stolen.
No,
Okay,
remember
now we
that
get
it's always kind of the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Absolutely.
So it's not, that alone would not drive anyone to Washington. I think there was just such an unbelievable dissatisfaction. There's so much anger.
You said history shouldn't repeat itself. Donald Trump is now the front runner to be the nominee of your party, of the Republican Party. Given everything you said, does that concern you?
Absolutely not, because being a front runner of one party and letting them dig this hole deeper and deeper is going to make it easy for the Democrats and to win. It's sad.
Oh no!
Stop it. So I think, but we don't know. I'm not giving up hope. We don't know.
Man, let me tell you something. Democrats don't need to win. I'm sorry. From a former Democrat, no. So I'm hoping everything, God lines this thing up everywhere it's supposed to go correctly. And I truly don't believe a hole can be dug deeper. I don't. I think that we can come in and we can, say some words that we might not be able to say. But as far as the ditch that's already been started to be dug in the last 4 years, I don't think we can go. I don't think it's going to be deeper than that per se. I don't think he would mess anything up. And I do think President Trump, Donald Trump, needs to focus fully on the campaign, not on any kind of put downs. Focus to win people's attention who were Democrats, bring them over to the party. You know what I'm saying? Focus. Because we do not need another 4 years of what's transpiring.
Yeah.
To see that they couldn't come up with a new talent, with a new face that is a reasonable, smart, intelligent person that can lead this country in a Republican way.
You think there's no way he would win again?
No.
What if he did?
What is if it is a hypothetical question? But I can guarantee you that he's going to go maybe get the Republican nomination. Then when it comes down to the actual election, there's too many people now that have seen what he did as president.
And see, that's my only uncertainty, is what he's saying. What Arnold's saying is true. It's so many people that we want to. So we're on the board of like, all right, we don't want to see what's going on and what they're trying to put in place. We want to see change, or at least get a break from it for a minute. So that would be nice to get for Donald Trump to win it, because at least we get a break. You know what I'm saying? Just period. And it just somebody who just still a little that's different from the Democratic side, that's going to speak differently and going to put different plays in action. We want to see that. But I feel like things that have been said are going to taunt a lot of things. The people that's core fans of them are going to vote for them, but then it's still going to be shakiness.
Well, I think if that becomes an issue, then let's go back to the facts of the things that he did that were beneficial to the country.
But people are not going to see the what's written on the pen.
I know
they're going to just see what's said from the mouth.
But what I'm saying is, go back and do the homework. Maybe some of his supporters are going to start putting up the political facts of things that he was able to accomplish, and the good. Some of that may outshadow some of the other things that transpired during his presidency.
I think the best thing that Donald Trump can do is focus fully on the campaign, Forget the other people. Forget any kind of back and forth or shots. Forget that crap. Focus only on the campaign and what you're trying to do and how we kind of make it different from what the Democrats put in place from these last 4 years and the things that Obama put in place. How can we?
I don't want you to go on a long soapbox. You've been talking for the past 5 minutes. Let's keep it moving.
Take your headphones off.
I'm just saying. We got it.
I think when it comes to the majority on election day, I think they will see the difference between one or the other. And believe me, I'm not the first one to say, hey, this is really great to have Biden back as president. No, but it's just no better option there, the way it looks right now.
Connecting back to January 6th, the way the country hasn't really learned from it. How do you, you're a leader, you were governor of a very big state. How do you reach those people when they are listening still to lies about the 2020 election and a leader who is perpetuating that still?
Well, they will be buying into it because they want to buy it. Even though when they hear the evidence and when they see, like, for instance, Fox, with Tucker Carlson and all this being fired by spreading the wrong news, and Fox going to court because they have lied intentionally, not mistakenly, intentionally, over and over again about this. I mean, it's like, people hear that, but it doesn't mean anything because they just want to believe the election was stolen. Trump is their man.
But as that relates to the hate that you're trying to stop and the kind of the temperature that you're trying to help bring down in this country, how do you do that?
Well, it's not just that. Prejudice and hate goes into so many different directions. It's not about, do you believe that Trump's election was stolen or not? It has nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with just in general, all over the world. We have this problem now, that there's this hate and there's this prejudice. And we're talking about men against women, women against men, black against white, white against black, Americans against immigrants, immigrants against Americans. It's like this, it's just, he's from over there and he's a Muslim and he's a Jew and he's black and he's this. I just think that we have to just diffuse that.
Okay.
Trying to diffuse those types of things, and I mean, of course, continue to try to dismantle, institutions that oppress, because that's what hate is. Hate is an institution of suppression, and it spreads. It spreads like a disease. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, Man, we've been trying to dismantle stuff, and I feel like the more and more. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think there's anything that you can really change outside of Jesus. I only believe that you can only bring in the Holy Spirit. I only believe that the hearts can change, that the hearts need to change. But just trying to get the people and say, settle our difference, settle our difference, man, you got to think things have been ingrained in people for a long time. But that's the point. Okay, so you change the heart. They still need an action. They still need a plan of action. Then you're going to have to put in policies and procedures. Right, that's what he's saying. You are going to have to put in policy. But you got to still be able to talk and have people come together to converse about it. But, yeah, I get it. But I don't like what he was saying about the prediction. Hey, I wasn't feeling that. I'm sorry, I wasn't feeling that. I'm like, no. I hope you wrong about that one. Yeah, I don't necessarily agree. I hope he wrong about that. I am hoping that that's not going to be the case. That's why I was thinking. I'm just being truthful with y'all. Y'all subscribing out there, man. We love that y'all watch us and stuff like that. So I just want to thank you on that. But that's one of the reasons why I was hoping that DeSantis ran, and apparently I don't think he is. I don't think he has any intention right now, no inclination. Because the reason why I felt like if DeSantis ran for the Republican nominee, it would be between him and Donald Trump, and I think DeSantis would get the popular, and he would get nominated, and they would take DeSantis in. And I think a lot of people that were on the left would be like, shoot, I'm gonna go over with this dude because I ain't really feeling with Democrats. But it's a lot of people that's on the left that really want to not support what's going on, but they like, man, I don't want to go over here to the Trump side. So that's the tough part. That's why I really was hoping that bringing DeSantis for 4 years. I don't know, and I guess DeSantis is like, man, I don't want all that heat. If DeSantis don't run, it's because he don't want all that comes with all that. And look at what he's getting into office behind. Yes. No, I agree. Yeah. I agree. But I don't know. Rethink it. I know. Anyway, man, you got anything? No. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't take a nosedive, but comment out in the section below if you want some more. It's tough. See you guys in the next video. Love you.